as our head of English language education study program. The time is yours.
Thank you, the committee. Am I audible?
Sorry, sir, your voice is not audible. Audible. Oh, audible.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Oh, thank you. I thought it is not functioning very well. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Henry.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good
Morning,
morning,
sir.
committee. Good morning, all the students who are online and also there in the class. Thank you to the committee. First of all, I'd like to thank God and thank you to the committee to make this event come true. And we are very proud to present this event as a platform for discussion, sharing, and learning about English language culture in different countries. LingoSwap is not just a seminar, I think, but rather a sharing session and discussion that aims to expanding our understanding of English language usage around the world. And today we already have two speakers over here in the Zoom. Thank you, Mr. Henry, once again, and Mr. John Sahi. I believe they have extensive experience in using English in different countries. First, we have Mr. Henry Magnify from Indonesia, and who has explored and lived among native communities in several countries. And second, we have Mr. John Shahi from Nepal, who will also share his unique experiences of using English in diverse cultural environments. I hope through this event, it can provide valuable insights into language usage in various cultural contexts, as well as offer practical tips and tricks to enhance our language skills. Once again, welcome to LingoSwap. Let us together explore and appreciate of language and culture. Thank you for your participation. MC, I think I get back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Male, for the welcoming remarks. Okay, now we will listen to welcoming remarks from the chair of the committee, Amazia Celine. The time is yours.
Celine, are you speaking? We cannot hear you.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, your microphone probably is not functioning very well.
Sorry there. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda Celine. As chairman of the LINGOSWAP committee, I would like to welcome and thank the audience for coming to this event. I would like to thank the university and friends who have helped organize this event. Previously, our aim in holding this LingoSwap event was as a form of learning through English language experience, which will be carried out in each session. Hopefully, this event can add useful knowledge to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Celine, for your welcoming remarks.
Now is the session most awaited by all of us, and we will listen to our speakers to introduce themselves. We are going to listen the introduction from Mr. Henry McNamee and Mr. John Sahi. Time is yours.
Yes, maybe we can start from Mr. Henry McNamee. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, hello everybody. Am I loud and clear for you guys? Okay, my name is Henry Magnify. Well, my full name is Henry Mihan Magnify, but I love to be called by my first name, Henry. And yeah, well, I am a missionary. I am working on one of the biggest mission organization in the world, called YWAM, and this year I celebrate my 10 year of serving in YWAM. Yeah, and by working in a mission organization, I have many opportunity to spend my life with native speakers, many country. Personally, I've been to 15 country, traveled to 15 country and live in those countries, speaking English. And I also just finished a 6-month volunteering program leading a 21 student from 10 different nationality. So yeah, many ups and downs when I am learning English. I learn English as long as I can remember from I was a child. My dad always put me the TV shows, English TV shows, He didn't let me watch Indonesian TV shows, Indonesian program of anything like that. He always, encourages me to listen to English music and watching English movies. And he always speaks to me in English. My mom always speaks to me in Indonesian. So I learned English from a very young age. That's why I got a very good, how do I say, opportunity to learn English. And I have many friends from all over the world, from Germany, from America, from England, from Nepal, and from Mongolia, from Japan. And the thing is, English is not very difficult. It's actually quite easy if we have the confidence to learn and speak it. And yeah, and I'm excited to, attend this event. I want to thank Mr. Male. I have a question, sir. Are you from Papua New Guinea?
Do I look like a Papuanis?
No, your name sounds like one of my friends' name from Papua New Guinea.
I see. So I am actually from East Nusa Tenggara. It's in Forest Island.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have a friend named also have a family named Male from Papua New Guinea.
I
So
see.
that's good to know from East Indonesia. Well, yeah. Anyway, off topic. Sorry, guys, but I'm very curious about that one. Yeah, and I want to thank all the committee that has invited me to this event. And yeah, I'm excited to share my experience, my journey, learning English. What is the difficulties, what is the challenge, and what is the fun about learning English? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Henry. Maybe we will ask some questions to make our participants really know about Sir Henry. Is it okay?
Yes, go ahead. Shoot it.
Yeah. Maybe first I will ask the question, ya, Kak Agnes. Sir, can you rate, like you said that you went to 15 different countries, right? From those countries, which one that you get the best experience? Which one that you learned most?
I would say all of them, because every country have their own difficulties and their accent. and their dialect. The thing is, I didn't went by myself. I went with a lot of my friends and a trip. Sometimes a trip we go 6 people, 7 people, 8 people, and all from different country. So every place has their own difficulties. But if I have to choose from Asia, I would probably I learn most about English from Singapore, because they mainly speak English in Singapore, and many of their people understand English and speaks English very well, even though they have the thing that calls Singlish, Singapore English. They have different dialect and different tone of saying word in English, but I say Singapore. And also, it's very accessible for Indonesian to go Singapore. It's very near. So it's an advantage for Indonesian.
Okay, for me, I want to ask question to Mr. Henry McNappy. What's your plan after this event?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What the plan after this event? What's your plan after this event? I mean, sorry, sir.
Okay, my plan. Well, I have a lot of plan ahead of me for a year. Actually, from until September, I already have a plan for my trip. First, I will fly to Singapore this, I think, April 4 or 3rd of April or 4th, because there Bruno Mars concert in Singapore on the 5th April. So I am going there with my friend. That's exciting. And probably going home to my hometown. I don't know yet. That's actually a secret. Nobody knows that actually. Yeah, it's a secret. And on May I will fly to Malaysia to attend a festival that will be attended by many young people from the age of 12 to 17. It called Go Fest in Malaysia, in Ipoh, Malaysia. So on May. And June, I will fly to Papua to have a volunteering program again, 2 months until July. And September I will fly to Manila, Philippines. Yeah. We have a very very big event also with my friend John. I don't know if he's attending, but September I will fly to Manila, Philippines to attend a very big conference. Yeah, so that's my plan after this event. And why do I take a lot of travel also? Because even though I'm very fluent in English, I still want to mm, you know make myself better, as a person, mentally, spiritually, and also English wise. I want to be better.
Okay, thank you so much for Mr. Henry.
Can I have a question, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. This is probably a personal question. What makes you interested in missionary or something like? Do you like
Oh,
missionary?
you want the long answer or the short
Who
answer?
inspired you, or I don't know, because you seem to live from one place to another place and you enjoy it. And who inspired you and what makes you um interested in this missionary?
Okay. I can say that who inspires me the most is my father, because he was also a missionary. and I grew up watching many miracles happen in his life and our family. And but I wasn't interested until actually I became more adult, like 17. And on the age of 18, I decided, I wanna try this life, serving life. And 10 years later, I think it's a calling from God, that I stay, because if it's not a calling from God, I will be gone in my first year, I think, because it is very difficult, but many opportunity, many friends, many new family, and many miracles I've seen from God happening in my life. So yeah,
Thank you very much, sir.
thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for Mr. Henry for insightful presentation. Now let's jump to another speakers. Mr. John, please, time is yours.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you, everyone. I'm very blessed to be here with you guys this morning. And also, I'm seeing you guys are wearing t-shirts and fan. Looks like warm. Nepal is still cold. So I have this thing on. It's still very cold. So anyway, I'm John. I'm from Nepal, place name called Kathmandu. It is a capital city of Nepal. And I'm 30 years old now. I turned 30. My mom, dad lives into the remote mountain, and I live in a city. So I take care of my younger siblings. They study here, and I work in a small organizations. I do photos, videos, travel. I'm also mountain trekking guide. I don't know if you have heard about the mountains in Nepal. I'm a travel guide. I do photos, videos, work also with the websites, things. So that is kind of my short introduction. If you have any question, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you so much, Sir John. And maybe we will ask the questions again, to Sir John. I'm really curious. Like you said that you live in Nepal, right, sir? And also you travel to many countries because you work in organization. Is that true, sir?
Not too many because of the visa issue from Nepal. We don't get visa a lot, but I do some countries.
Okay. If we want to know, like, how many countries you have traveled and which one your favorite?
Probably 7 or 8. I will say favorite. It depends, right? If you like to see a lot of scenery, all this, for example, Switzerland is amazing. But for my personal favorite, it is a little bit funny, but India. When I visit India, if you go from one state to another state, it feels like you're in different world. Because I do photos, the cultural photos. I like arts. I like different kind of people, different food, very interesting looking people. I'm more interested into those things. So India is so funny. You go to the one place that looks like some sort of Singapore, nice, clean, but you go to the next place, it's so interesting, very different, all the cows. So I think I learn a lot, seeing very different kind of people, higher quality people. I mean, like lower people, but very interesting people. So yeah, India was probably most fun. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for the answer. Do you want to ask question?
No.
Oh, I think it's clear, sir, for Mr. John. So let's jump to our main session, which is practical exchange language. So maybe we are going first with Mr. John. Sir John, 20 minutes, the time is yours.
So you want me to share how I learn English, is that correct?
Yes, sir, yes, exactly. Your experience and others.
Okay, sure. Thank you. I'll try to speak a little slow and less, and please feel free to stop me anywhere. How I learn English is interesting. When I went to school, I was so excited to learn English. And sad part is I finished my school till 12. I graduated and I almost speak zero English. It was hard. I think now I'm realizing because English was, you know, it is very different way to think. When you're in school, you have a lot of pressure. For example, you need to learn grammar, you need to memorize all the words, and when you speak to the teacher, if you write, if you make mistakes, it was sometimes hard. I think it's different for different people, but different kind of pressure. Some schools are amazing, some schools are different. I was not able to basically, end of the day, I was not able to learn so much from the school. I was not a good student also. But when I came out of school, um, then I told you I'm a mountain trekking guide. I take people into the high mountains to travel with the different things, photos, videos. So I started speaking with the different people from different world, different places. So I think then I start watching movies in English, start reading, right? Then I start watching funny videos on YouTube, and I start listening. Basically, the best part was I realized when you're learning English, I think easiest and most simple way to learn English is, I will tell you, is for example, you watch the movie, simple movie or animation, then you can see how people are moving, right? One after the another. Then, for example, he will push. Then you can see I'm gonna push you. You can see he's pushing other people and he's falling. When he falls and he says, "Oh, it hurt me." So when I had a very basic English, I can see visuals and I can understand what they're speaking. I can listen the words and I can see the whole thing, right? What is happening. So that actually helped on my brain also, not even, try to memorize the word. I was able to pick those reaction, something like that. So I was picking a lot of new words from English. So those were really helpful. And also, a lot of friends, whenever I made a mistake, they're okay. Most of the Americans and Europeans they're really helpful. They're always wanting to help you. If you make a mistake, they're like, it's okay, I want to help you. That really helped. Because when I was in the school, if you make a mistake, sometimes it was hard. People will make fun of you. Why you speak English? Then you're making this mistake. But when this fear was gone, it was easy. And another way is you're always working with some people that really speaks English, your friends around. Then that kind of makes you, okay, I cannot speak another languages. I cannot speak Nepali. I cannot speak other languages. I just have to speak English. So that really helped me to just try say hello in the beginning, then just try to what they're speaking. I just speak interesting word from them. That's how I learn. For sure, always we have to study. Without this, it's almost not possible. Try to learn some grammar, then maybe some word, memorize the word, even you don't understand. And also readings is important, and listening music, those always helped. So yeah, those are the few things. I can't remember too many things. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, I have some question for you guys as well for this part.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir, for the very insightful explanations. Anyways, anyone have question for our participants? Anyone? Please raise your hand, or maybe you can chat in the chat box so that we can see your questions.
I have a question for you, Mr. John Shahi. What is your secret motivation that you can achieve something impossible thing that the first that you cannot speak English so well, what is your best motivation? Something like your teacher like give you motivation to keep you improve. Can
Uh,
you tell me?
sure. Yes, before, I get those motivation. Whenever you speak English, people think that you're cool. It is funny. In my school, everybody like it. But anyway, my biggest motivation was, this is the biggest language in the whole earth, right? This is the biggest language. There's always advantage. For example, I want to go to the internet. I want to research in Nepali. I'm gonna find only 5% of what I want to see or what I want to learn. If I want to go into the English, I can get almost 95% of new information, right? And if that open lots of door, really, really lots of door. If I don't speak the English, there's not possible that I will ever work on this organization. I will travel. There's no way people will accept me into the new job, new work. It was almost impossible. So my biggest motivation was when I did a little bit, people are really impressed. Wow, you can speak some little bit of English. That really some sort of gave me a lot of, oh wow. In the school, I was really a bad student. I was really lazy. I don't think I was lazy, but I was not a good student. They cannot. I was really surrounding myself with the people that can speak English. So yeah, that opened a lot of doors basically. And at the same time, I realized, and that's gonna help me to learn, watch movies, travel in different countries. Many people, they speaks English. If you don't speak the English, almost feels like you're sidelined somewhere with the job, with education, information, work, anything. So basically, when I learned a little bit, I got encouragement. I got so excited, I think. So that really helped me learn English even more.
I see. Thank you, Mr. John, for the answering for my question, and I hope that can be useful for me one day. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Tamaro, for the question for Mr. John. Anyone have a question? If you have questions, please raise your hand and unmute your microphone. Also, open your camera, please, so that we can see your face.
Yeah, I'm happy to answer any question on how I learn English.
Okay, sir, we got a question in the chat box. Let me read it for you.
Okay.
May I ask, have you felt anxiety in English speaking? If it yes, please expand it so we can learn from how you can handle it.
Okay, so we have around 8 or 9 more minutes. I will try to keep it shorter. You're saying when I speak the English, did I ever feel anxiety?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I even, especially with I told you in the very beginning, especially you need the friends who doesn't, makes you fun. Basically, I think I'm very glad I found friends like American Europeans. I think they're very sensitive, especially on the learning. When you speak the bad English or you make the wrong, sometimes it was so embarrassing. I said the word it doesn't you're supposed to say, but I meant something else. But another thing is, you that was not your intention. It's okay. It's completely okay. You think that when you speak the English, if you make a mistake, people will say, "Oh man, it was not so good. It's okay. Many people understands which is completely okay. For example, if American comes to your country, if you try to say hello in your languages, you're so surprised. But you're trying so much things about other languages, UK language. So I think you're already doing great. So you don't have to, first of all, you don't have to feel bad because English is not your main language, and many people can speak your language. So, and also try to talk with the friends that doesn't make fun of you actually. And also it's always helps. Try to chat with your close friend. For example, Henry is my good friend. Try to chat with him in English, exchange, something like that. So yeah, you don't have to feel bad. Anxiety, especially, for example, let's say I'm speaking right now with you guys. How I think and how I speak is different, right? If you speak in Indonesian, you actually imagine in Indonesian. For example, when you say, I want to eat and go, in English, it's maybe different. Eat and move. They think different way, speak in different ways. So it takes time. So please don't worry. If you cannot make perfect some English, you think first, you speak. So it always takes time to catch that rhythm. So it's okay to make a mistake. You don't have to get worried too much. You'll get used to it slowly.
Okay, is that answering your questions, Kanina?
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for answering my question.
Thank you so much. Okay, Kamelody, please.
Okay, Sir John, thank you so much for sharing. And you already shared that you ever felt anxiety when you speak English at the first. So maybe my question is, how did you overcome those feelings when you I mean like when you at your beginner? Because I think there's so much from us still like a beginner at speaking English. So we ever felt anxiety when we speak English, um and I think most of us, most of us feel not ready or feel like worried when we speak English, and the you know our friends cannot understand when we speak that. So in your experience, how did you overcome those feelings until uh, you know that it is okay if we are making like a mistake when we speak English like that?
I will try my best to answer your question. If I didn't, please you can tell me. I still remember in the schools we have around 500, 600 students. I don't know, you have same in your country. Every morning you have to read something, or somebody has to do poem or something like that, just in the, they call it assembly, in the very beginning of the school, in front of everybody. So they gave me to read in English. I just have to memorize only two lines or something, not too much. It was some sort of quote, quote of the day, they call it quote of the day. So, and I try to read that, and I feel so embarrassed. I forgot. Suddenly I got blank. I could not speak that word, and everybody started laughing. And till date, I remember so many people talking about it. I feel, but I told you my motivation was later when I learned a little bit, and people say, wow, a good student says, wow, you already speaking really good. But I realize making mistake is okay. Everybody gonna make a mistake. Even then, even you're speaking very good, for example, they will say, oh, wow, you sound funny, but you don't have to feel bad. You just continue to grow. When you make so much, what do you call it, improvement later, that they will realize, wow, it was completely okay. Everybody does it without making mistake, without getting anxiety. There's no way you can get there. Simply, I told you in the beginning, this is not your main language. Many people can't even speak your own language, your Indonesian language. You're trying other people's language. So it's completely okay. Many people will understand, wow, they are trying, and it's completely okay.
Thank you so much for answering, Sir John.
Okay, Sir John, I think we have still 4 minutes left. Do you can you just like share like some tips that can be used for us as the beginner to speak English, as you use in your organization, maybe because you meet lots of people? Is that actually require you to also confidence in speaking English?
Yes, I think, I never tried to learn English. I actually didn't. I was thinking I was already not good enough, but there's no way. But somehow I was surrounded suddenly with the opportunity came. Then you tried and somebody really encouraged you. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, maybe if you really want to learn English, you need to find people, or to speak. Somehow you need to make that opportunity. How I tried was, I tried to type in English with my friends. Everybody I tried to chat, I tried to type in English. That's it. I didn't get it. And they type very well. I copy from them. So that's what I do. They say, it was nice chatting with you. That's what I copy, and I copy, then I do same thing to other friends. They impressed. So that's how I learned. It's a little bit from chatting, a little bit from surrounding myself with English speaking people. And I told you, watch the videos. If you like travel videos, if you like funny videos, if you like just podcast about sports, whatever, then that will help you imagination. At the same time, you're seeing visually, at the same time, you're seeing the reaction. That actually helped me, what do you call it, in unconscious mind. Even I was not thinking, I was speaking the words, the English new words. My brain was speaking, I was not learning, because they're falling, they're saying, oh, it hurts. I never tried to learn that word. It was already in my brain because I watched those things, I listened. So my tips is, please don't feel any uncomfortable or anything bad. If you want to learn, you need to take efforts on small things. Okay, I want to be intentional about this. And also, of course, you have to study, right? Study is always there, but I'm just saying some extra things.
Okay, thank you so much
Sir
for
John,
Mr.
hello
John.
committee, can I have a question?
Yes, sir.
Probably this is
Sure.
the last. I hope this is the last, not the least. Right, Sir John, in your profession being a photographer, so far, did you have any experience communicating with a foreigner? Difficult to understand each other, and how do you overcome that situation?
Yes, in the beginning, always had a hard. For example, somebody comes from UK and their accents are too strong. Somebody comes from America, their accent is little easy to understand. Somebody comes from Ireland and there's completely different. Somebody comes from New Zealand, it's really hard to understand. So basically, I told you, for example, how do I say it exactly? You always try not to think too much about speaking. If you really try to connect with them, for example, I'm with Malay, my friend, we're having coffee or something. If he is moving the table or saying something, then I need to, okay, he's moving table, he's saying something related to this. So somehow, if you think too much about what their words and all this action, somehow I get even more distracted. I could not even understand. So yes, sometimes I had a hard time understanding, but now I think I'm getting even better. So most importantly, you need to interact. Without that, it's not possible. Indonesian English is a little different. Somebody says in Singapore English is different. So most importantly, you need to meet with those people. You need to interact. Without that, almost impossible. So you need to meet people. You need to take efforts.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much for Mr. Henry for insightful presentation. And now,
Mr. John, sorry.
Mr. John, I'm sorry. Now let's jump to another speakers, Mr. Henry McNapie. Please, times is yours.
Well, I think my friend John have some question for the participants, so I'll give some of my time to John.
Um,
Because I
maybe.
think John have prepared something for the participants, so I'm a little bit curious too. So
Sorry, sir. Maybe we can save it for the later because our time is limited. So please,
all right,
Henry.
I will share something. Share the screen. Can everybody see?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's my current group, living group. So you see there's roughly 20 to 25 people from 11 nationality. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working with, those people. Yeah, you see a lot of bule. Yeah, so of course I have to speak English. But for me, how I learn English, I share a little bit in the first session. I grew up, speaking English, watching English movies, listening to English music. And for me, one thing is the most important thing that we have to have is the confidence, because we as an Asian people, we tend to bully each other when we say a wrong thing or saying a wrong words. For example, I say, sit down, I say shit down. Those kind of things. And probably my friends will bully me for months and months, and will remember that for the rest of their life. But if we met Europeans, American people, they are very respectful. They are very happy when we want to speak English with them. And yeah, just have the confidence to say something in English. But for me personally, when I was in school, I used to, well, this is the practical, my practical way to learn English, but I used to memorize 100 words a day. That's the effort that I took, to learn English. So every day I memorize 100 grammar, 100 words. And also I have a lot of opportunity to meet a lot of bule. And the first experience, I speak English, I didn't really have the confidence. I feel very, what if I say something wrong, what are they gonna say in their mind, what are they thinking about me? But uh as I grew older, I have the more confidence to talk to a lot of people, and I met a lot of people, and they correct me. And one thing that I can say to you guys, don't be afraid to get corrected, because that's the way we are learning, because I rather choose people that corrected me in front of me rather than people that will speak behind me. And oh, look at this guy, he cannot speak English. He's very bad. I rather choose a friend that, oh, actually this is how you're supposed to say it. And yeah, I chose that. Yeah, that's from me. If you have question, please ask.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir John, for your insightful explanations. Is there any questions? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Henry. Is there any questions? Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Henry, for explaining to us your experience. So you said that you watch a lot of English movies and you heard English song and you also learn 100 vocab each day. So is there any other way for you unless those three ways for you to learning, and what is the most like bekerja, what is the English of it? Work for you to learn English for your daily activities like that?
I want to copy what John said because I agree what he said. Copy your friends. If you see something or you heard something from your friend who speaks English very well, copy that thing. And it's not a bad thing to do because we are learning every day. If you see or heard something from your friends, this makes very sense. This sounds very familiar, with whatever it is. And I say that's what you should do. But also learning from movies. Okay. What I did is, if it English movie, I put on an English subtitles, not Indonesian subtitles or any other language. So I put the English subtitles and the English movies. So while I watch the movie, I also read the subtitles. I read the subtitles. Oh, because sometimes if we only hear, it's sometimes very fast the way they talk. But if we have the subtitles, we can watch and read the subtitles and actually understand what they are saying. So while we watch, we read the subtitles. Oh, that's what they are saying, like that. So yeah, that's probably the easiest way to learn English for me.
Thank you for answering my question.
You're welcome, Melody. You English so good.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Is there any questions, everyone? Please, if you have the questions, raise your hand and unmute your microphone. Also open the camera.
Yes, I'm allowed to ask a question.
Yes, please. Please
Okay.
open the camera.
Yes, I'm John. Okay, Henry. So as you mentioned, watching movies, those things always helps for sure. So when I was doing for the first time, for example, I was watching English movie, I was having really hard time. I get frustrated almost for a year because you don't get it movie, you don't understand because they would talk too fast. You miss the movie, you didn't have a great time. So how long it took you for to maybe just okay, now I understand at least something, so I can feel something good about the movie. So did that took you long, or you understand quickly? Because I was thinking if you're younger it takes less time, but if you're older then it might take a long time to catch up. So how long it took you to kind of enjoy the movie, just not try to only learn English?
Okay, for me it took, I think, many years because I learned English from a young age. But if I have to say from adult, I have a friend from Sweden just a couple months ago. She arrived in Indonesia and it took her 5 months to have a conversation going in Indonesian. So for adults, I probably would say in English because English is a little bit more difficult than Indonesian. I would probably say less than a year if you try every day. If you try memorizing words, and watching. Well, of course, if we watch English movie and English subtitles, we have to have a basic English, right? But I think it will take us less than a year as an adult to learn English and be be ready for a full conversation.
Yes. Is that answering the question, Sir John? Okay, thank you so much. We still have like we still have like 10 minutes left. Is there any questions, everyone? 5. Yes, sir, we still have so many time. Do you want to share your experience again during your English learning?
Sure, I can show you guys a short video,
Yes.
about my time living with, well, it's my ministry video, but I would like to share it because it's in English also. And just to show you the life, how we are living with each other, and also serving God, and enjoying the life that God has created, and um be there for the friends. And I think the easiest way us to be fluent in English actually is participate in the community that speaks English, and having a friends that understand English and wants to participate also in speaking English. So maybe I'll show you a little bit video, just a short video. So the background of this video, a few months ago, I was leading a 10 team. Yeah, so 10 people in one team. I took them to Papua, and they're from 7 nationality, many different accent, many different dialect. One from Mongolia, one from United States, one from Canada. I see Tessa already sleepy, so I will show you the video now.
Papua. Manokwari, the city of the gospel. Only after a boat ride, 2 long layovers, and 2 flights, we arrived and spent the majority of our West Papua outreach in the city. An entirely different world compared to our other experiences in Indonesia. The city and area we were in is nothing like what we saw in either Bali or Lombok. To be honest, being in Papua felt like going to a new country rather than a different island in Indonesia. The colors, cultures, and music represented how unique and individual the peoples of West Papua are. Our ministries in Manokwari included kids ministries, house visits, church visits, and other prayer or community meetings during the week. Many people were extremely open and oftentimes asked for prayer when they discovered that we were there to minister to the community. All of these things allowed us to make connections with the community we were in and have an understanding for what the needs in the city are today. We saw and experienced many new things in Papuan culture. Dancing at church was something many of us had not experienced before, as well as getting your face washed when you entered someone's home for the first time. All of which was new and fun to experience. Speaking of culture and traditions, we were honored to be in Manokwari for the Gospel Festival on the 5th of February. This holiday celebrates the day that the first missionaries came to spread the gospel in 1855. We visited the island with kids from our neighborhood, walked around to see the first church of Papua, and we even got to see the Papuan version of the Jesus statue. Amen, oh, amen. No, but the island and the historical structures were very cool for us to see and understand the history of the area. God blessed us in many ways there in Papua, but one of the biggest gifts he blessed us with was the Kennedy family. Ryan Kennedy's parents, Walter and Diane, started their ministry work 40 years ago in a Hatem village called Minyambo, where we had the opportunity to visit and see the ministry there. Oh my goodness, not only was the beautiful experience, the local villagers by dressing up in clothes and jumping drove in. Beyond exciting welcome, they led us into the church with their traditional singing and dancing.
Well, yeah, so I lived with that group for 6 months. So 24/7, 7 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 days a week. Like Jungkook song, the difficulty I face, I would probably say the misunderstanding because a lot of accent going on in one group. So when you met a lot of people, be cautious, be sensitive because not everybody speaks the same accent and dialect. They're probably saying something good, but sometimes we heard it wrong. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. Any additional information or sharing story? We still have like 4 minutes. Or if you want to ask question to Mr. Henry, please.
Hello, Mr. Henry. I want to ask you some questions. So, how did your perspective on this world change after experience diverse cultures during your travels? Is there some your other perspective?
I will try my best to answer that very good question. Well, I used to think that Western people, the Caucasian white male, they are better than us, the Asian. But after many experience, many love from God, from my friend, we are all the same. Asian, Western, Indian, Nepali, Indonesian, Singaporean, we are all the same. We are all the same. Loved by God, and created by God. But if we can speak the language, it's a very good advantage for us to have. Also, I actually really want, well, I am disappointed in myself because when I'm in school, we have the Mandarin class. I didn't took it very seriously. But now I see that Mandarin is a really good advantage also for me if I can speak it. But I only can speak English, but that also is an advantage for us. The worldview that I am getting right now after so many years of experience, if we have the confidence, we can live anywhere actually. Because if we don't have the confidence to go up to someone and ask question how we are gonna live, how are we gonna survive in one condition or in one country, all the world is the same. Just be confident and don't think yourself lower than the other. Because if, okay, let's say if this person can speak English better than me, doesn't mean he's better. We just have to learn harder because everyone deserves the same love. Everyone deserves to be loved, and the world can be cruel, but there's still some hope in this world if people like you guys, the young people like you guys, learn English and also wants to bring Indonesia to the world.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Henry, for the answer.
I hope that answer your question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Henry, for the insightful presentation. Let's jump to another session. So we are going to do the ice breaking. Yes, let's relax a bit.
Okay, Kaliza, please explain what are we going to do?
Okay, we are going to answer some questions on this screen. So please, if you know the answer, raise your hand and unmute your microphone, or you can chat in the chat box. Please help us to present the screen. Okay, sorry for the speakers. Please take a break first for like more and less 5 minutes. Yes, everyone, we are presenting the screen. If you guys know the answer, please raise your hand.
Hello, can I answer it?
Yes, sure. Can you introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello, my name is Susanta. So I want try to answer. So, okay. Newborn babies can take care of see themselves. Is that right?
Yes, it's correct. Yay. Okay, we're moving on to the second question. Okay. If anyone knows, please answer the question. Okay, Robertus, please unmute your microphone. Yes, Bang? A. Oh, the answer is A. Yes, correct. Okay, moving on to the third question. Okay, this one. Anyone knows the answer?
Me, wanna try?
Yes, introduce yourself.
So my name is Eva Sabrina. Okay. The question is the blah 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 is the dog's phone. The answer is B. Where?
Yes,
And I like
Okay. Okay, everyone. We think that the ice breaking is finally end. We are going to jump to another session, which is cultural exchange activity. So in this session, we are going to know for the speakers culture activities that we will also learn about their cultures, especially for Sir John because he comes from another country. But we also will learn the cultures with Sir Henry. So we're going first with Sir Henry. Sir Henry, the time is yours.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Wait a minute, please. Okay, this time I would like to take this time to dare two people to introduce themselves and what they are doing right now. So I would like two people to introduce themselves. Who dares to introduce themselves? And I will give a prize to the people who dare. Because this is the last session, I would like to hear from the participant also, how and what is the difficulty they are faced in learning English, and probably I can help. So I would like ask two people, anyone. If not, maybe I will choose the person, but probably better if you guys willingly.
Okay, sir, maybe our participants can't hear really well. Can you explain a bit and the question?
Okay, I would like two people from the participant to come up and introduce themselves in English, of course. Say their names, how old are they, what the activity that they are doing right now in their life. If it's college, what semester and what did they learn. And I will give prize if you didn't hear it.
Wow.
Melody cannot, yeah? It has to be someone else. Maybe one guy and one girl. Maybe Julio, maybe Jessica Sitorus, maybe Teresa, anyone. If not, I will choose the person. Is that okay?
Kak Jessica, do you want to try?
Yeah, maybe Jessica. Jessica can try.
Jessica Sitorus.
Or Tessa. Or Tessa.
Di sini buka kelas Indonesia lagi aja ya. Kak, habis ini.
If not, I have to choose Elisa. No, what is your name? The master ceremony.
Yes. My name is Tia Nurhaliza. You can call me Liza, Liza, and I'm 19 years old. I was born on June 17, 2004 in Jakarta. And I got like Bataknese and Sundanese blood. And then I'm majoring in English language education. I'm on the 4th semester already in Christian University of Indonesia.
Wow. How do you learn English and how do you know English?
So actually, I've been studying English for like 11 years because I started back when I was on the fourth grader of elementary. And I also an English private teacher, so more and less I know about English. Yes. Thank you, sir.
If I have to ask you a question,
Mm.
for you, what is the difficulty you face when learning English?
Yes, because as what I heard from Mr. Henry, also Mr. Joan, the difficulty also that I faced is that we are hard to speak English because we don't get used to it. So at first I can't speak English because the only one language I know is only Bahasa. So the more you get used to it, the more you speak. So I think that difficulties is like the very beginning of me when I was trying to study English.
Wow, very clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Can I hear one more person? Maybe from the guys?
Mm-mm.
Maybe Julio, maybe Daniel.
Let's go, Jules.
Also, the girls can also maybe the one who opened their camera, Maisha can share.
Okay. Hello. Thank you for the time that given to me. So sorry because I just joined this LingoSwap quite late because I have to do something before. So let me introduce myself. My name is Michelle Fiona Puliani, and I'm from English Language Education Study Program. Currently, I'm in my last semester, so I'm doing my undergraduate thesis right now. So sorry, could you repeat your question before, sir? I'm sorry.
Well, my question was just very simple, to introduce yourself and what semester are you in, and you answered that. But I would like to ask you a question. What is the difficulty you face when learning English? Maybe you can share to your friend.
Okay, so based on my experience, my difficulties when I learn English, because at the first time I'm afraid to speak English with my friends because I'm afraid that sometimes when I pronounce it, maybe I make some mistakes, or maybe people will judge me, especially when we live in my culture itself. Like some people, they are afraid to speak English because they might be afraid, because if people judge them about their ability, especially if they mispronounce it or they speak not correctly, it's not based on the grammar. They me myself in the past, I afraid to uh, do something mistake, but I do also learn that when part of learning is about when we are making mistakes. So my difficulties is like when I afraid to speak, especially in the public. But as time goes by, when I joined my English language education study program, it just encouraged me to speak English very well. And then how can I learn English basically? So basically, because in my environment, especially in our study program, our lecturer encourage us to speak English, whether it is like in our daily conversation, in asking a question, in even in our task and everything we have to do in English. And me myself, how can I improve my English skills? Is about I expand my relationship with people outside. So there is like an application for me that I can speak with people outside. So I join many groups in, for example, in Telegram, or even I start to do my conversation with people outside, and then that's the things that can encourage my English skills, especially in speaking, because I do believe that learning English is about the way we practice it in our daily life. That's about me. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Very well said. Wow, that is amazing. How many times do I have left? Master ceremony.
Uh, 10 minutes more, sir.
Okay, I would like to take this time to share my experience when I met my first German friend from Germany. Okay, as you can know, we Asian, we are very, very shy to say what we have to say. But when I met my first German friend, I was shocked to my bone because they are very direct. You know, they say what they want to say without hesitation. And when I first met them Germans, I was afraid to say what I have to say. And they say, it's okay, brother, just say it. We are German. And at first, I didn't really get it why they say they are German. And as time goes by, I understand why they say we are German because they are very direct. You literally can say anything you want in their face and they will not get offended. And that's the culture, you know, because they are very direct, they're very on time. If you say, okay, let's meet at 12 for lunch, they will come 12. We Asian, if we say 12, 12:30, you know. And different also about Japanese people. I have a friend from Japan also. When we say, okay, let's meet at 12 for lunch, they will come 11:50. So 10 minutes before 12, because that's their culture, you know. And we just gotta have to live it, you know. We have to learn our friends' culture, even for us, Asian, Indonesian. Every family have different culture, right? That's why we don't have the right to judge people, you know, because they are a little bit different from us. We have very different culture, even in one family, you know, because maybe you've been separated for a very long time. You went to college, to university. When you go back home, it feels a little bit different. Why? Because you live in a different culture for a very long time outside your family culture. That's why we have to really be sensitive about people's culture. You know, not to get easily offended is the key to learning something, especially English, because sometimes they say this thing with different accent, we get it wrong. For example, I say, my friend from India, from the North region, she cannot, she cannot say, is it, you know, she said Egypt, you know, instead of is it, Egypt. And sometimes I want to laugh about it, but I remember, okay, she is from different culture, she is from different part of the world. I cannot make fun of her because that's just the way she said it. You know, in the future, I am hoping you guys will meet a lot of people, you know, a lot of different friends from different country, and you will learn better to speak English. And also, feel free to talk to me, to reach out to me. Not my WhatsApp though, my Instagram. If you wanna chat in English, I will be very happy to respond it to you in English and share my experience. I have a lot of experience that I have to share, but just a little bit here. So feel free to come to me and, you know, ask question. I will be very happy to answer that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir Henry Magnify. And now let's jump to Mr. John Shahi. For Mr. John Shahi, time is yours.
Just wondering, we have a short time, what will be the best? Yes, we're into the cultural thing right now, but I will also ask some questions just to interact. After that, we'll go a little bit more into the culture thing I will share, and I would like to hear from you guys also. Maybe I'll ask question maybe to 3 or 4 people that haven't spoken yet. If you can tell me one interesting thing about your country, maybe one person can tell me very interesting thing about your country. I hope all of you guys from Indonesia, if anybody can tell me very interesting thing about it. Anybody like to?
Ada yang mau sharing nggak? Anybody want to share the interesting facts about Indonesia? Maybe Kamisha? Share your interesting facts about Indonesia.
Okay, so one interesting fact about Indonesia is like Indonesia is one of the polite country because like in our culture, if we meet someone who is older than us, then we have to like do our greet them with our hand like this, and after that we do in Indonesia we call them salim. So salim is like when we like do no, how can I say that? So we hand the people who are older than us, and then we put our hand in their put our head in their hand. So that's how we show our politeness to our parents or our teacher or anything like that.
I see. Yeah, thank you. That's good thing. Very good thing, I think. That keeps us humble. So another question, very simple question, okay? Anybody can answer. What is your favorite movie or song?
Okay. Thank you so much, Kamisha. Please answer another question from Mr. John. How about Julio?
It'd be nice if any boy can answer.
Yeah.
I was very I'm surprised to see
Okay, thank you, Sir John and friend. So my favorite movie is wait.
Yeah, movie or song.
Favorite movie is like anime, sir. Attack on Titan.
Oh, Attack on Titan. I see. Okay, great. Okay, I haven't seen it. So anyway, that's Japanese, I think. I have 2 more questions, then I'm gonna go into the other things. Okay. So, what motivation you have to learn English? Okay, all of you guys are here because you want to learn about culture and you want to learn English. So, what kind of motivation you have from here? It is already great effort. You guys are try to attend a meeting, try to be present. It's already a big step. You're doing good. But what else will you do? What motivation you have, or will you do in the future to learn English? If you can tell us maybe one thing.
Can I answer it, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay, so myself, my motivation for learning is because, as we know, that English is like the language that everyone use to connect with each other, and in the future, I want to travel the world. So I do believe like that by when in speaking English, I can connect with people outside, and I can gain new knowledge, new experience, and new insight that can improve myself in the future. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. As I was saying before, I was very surprised to see women leading the meeting, speaking with the confidence. Is actually good, great. Great to see. In my country, only men will do that. Women are always, they tend not to do it somehow. So I'm happy to see you guys speaking and leading the meetings. So anyway, I can show you my country and I can tell you a little bit about my country. Are you excited? If you're excited, you can show the thumbs up.
Yes,
Otherwise,
of course, so excited,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, let's go.
I cannot see some people. Okay, great. Can I share the screen? Wait, huh? Can you see?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is Nepal. Have you guys heard about Nepal before?
Yes, sir.
So this is my country, right? So I'll keep like this. So Nepal is known for famous for mountains. We have a lot of mountains, and if you say out of top 10 mountain in the world, 7 are in the Nepal, and 8 is in Pakistan, and 9, 10 again all in Nepal. So this right. And second, I don't know, you guys have heard about Gorkhas. They're known around the world for their bravery. They're very brave. But sadly, they don't work for Nepal. They're Nepalese. They work for UK. They work for Singapore. They work for different countries, India, many different countries. They work, and they're known for the very brave people and very honest people. So that is a good thing. Good thing, right? Another thing, Nepal also, I know you guys have a lot of languages in Indonesia, a lot of island, different culture. We also have some culture. We have also 80 ethnic group and 123 languages also. So it's a good thing to have. And I don't know, you have heard about this. In Nepal, people worship cow, and it is illegal to kill and eat them. If you kill or eat, then you'll be kicked out of the country or maybe prison. So have you heard about that before? About the cow?
Yes,
Okay. Yes. Because in this country, almost around 70% of people are from Hinduism, and small number Buddhism, and also a small number Christianity. So this country is also known as a birthplace of Buddha. I don't know you guys know about Buddhism. People say he was born in India, born in Thailand, but his origin actually from Nepal. He was born in Nepal. So you can see this food. I think you guys recognize this food. It's very famous in many countries. You guys might call it dumpling. We call it momos. It is the most famous food in Nepal. So people like this a lot, especially student. They like during the lunch, just go outside quickly, get this. It's easy. They call it momos in Nepal. So have you guys heard about Mount Everest? So this is the Mount Everest, tallest mountain in the world, is in Nepal. So you can see people are climbing. I have climbed many mountains, but not this one yet. I'm also a travel guide, okay? So I can climb like this. So same. Anyway, we have a lot of cultures and languages. So basically, I don't know, I have videos. I don't know if you guys want to see that, but these are the pictures. So this photo is taken by me, okay? So we have a really different kind of culture. If you come to the cities, You have really nice houses, nice, very modern looking men and women. But if you go to the villages, it's amazing. You know, it looks like they're ancient people, really ancient style. A lot of things. How they cook, they still use firewood. I'm sure Indonesia also same. So yeah, those are the things from Nepal. If we have more time, I will show you video. But before that, if you have any question, you can ask me.
Hello, so I have a question for you. Okay, so basically, I was.
Felicia, please unmute your mic.
Oh, sorry. So I repeat my question. So I was wondering about Nepal's the form of flag, because like the other country, the flag looks like in here, but in Nepal is the form of the flag is kind of different. So do you know the reason, or is there any history about the flag that different with the other country like that, or not? So
yeah, I try to figure that out as you're asking why we have a different shape of flag. If we compare the whole world, I think Nepal. I heard from some people, most people don't have answer, but some people say we want to be a little different than others. I don't know why. That's why we have a different calendar, where we have a day off on a Saturday, not on Sunday. So we lot of things are very different. So we want to keep something different, but that's why probably. So I don't know exactly the reason why they have some sort of different shape.
okay, thank you, sir.
How about the others? Is there any questions for Mr. John?
I think I have a question. Okay, so John, so you shared about Nepal culture. So I'm curious, what is the most, like if other people go to Nepal, and it will be like the most culture shock when foreigner come to your city, come to your hometown. Do you understand what my question is? The most like okay, so for example, if I go to Nepal, and this thing is the most uh thing that will shock me if I go to Nepal, your culture.
I'm not 100% sure about Indonesia because I have been there. We have a lot of similarities with the food, with the, as you guys said, about the respecting elders, the clothing. We have a lot of things very similar. So I'm not sure, but when the American comes, yet I think the biggest culture shock is especially with the clothing, and the temples they wear, then different kind of shorts, and you don't allow those things. When you see the elders, you greet them differently. Yeah, they say same thing. You cannot call by the name. So those are some culture shock. Otherwise, not too much. Otherwise, what do you call it? Food is different. I don't know, with the Americans and all of them, and our land is higher and lower, very high, very low. So that makes them a little difficult to breathe and wander around.
Okay, so I think basically for culture, when we need to, like call people with the name, it's I think it's same with Indonesia. Okay, so you said that you ever came to Indonesia, right? So I want to ask you, is there any culture shock when you came to Indonesia, or what is the thing that you like the most from Indonesia when you came to our country? Can you please share a little bit so that we can know in foreign POV? about Indonesia, about our country?
Um, culture shocked. I was actually shocked to see you have a lot of food. And those are very cheap, and those are amazing. You can find food everywhere. Um, looks like a Chinese, looks like American. You have a lot of coffees, and another thing that I got kind of surprised was you have a lot of young people. I think Indonesia is known for the youth people, highest number of youth people in the world. You guys have the youngest people. Um, I think so. That's what Google say, but I don't know exactly. So a lot of young people into the shop, you everywhere. A lot of young people. I don't know. There's some old people, but you have a lot of young people. If you come to Nepal, either you see kids, either you see old people. All the young people are not here. So that was kind of surprising. Other things, not really. Also, um, I think best part was probably you guys, what do you call it, a lot of ocean, beach, and many people can actually surf. So it was so cool for me to see. And also, people are respectful for sure. I find people are very respectful. I don't know. You have everything, almost everything. I was very surprised. If you want to have nice cafe, you have a cafe. If you want some massage, you have a massage. So you had almost everything mixed. So I really like that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir John, for sharing your experience.
Okay, how about the others? Maybe Angela?
Hello, Sir John. Hello. Am I audible? Okay. Thank you. Well, my name is Angela, and you can call me Angel. I would like to ask you about your experience. So as you told us before that you were a hiking instructor, right? And I would like to ask about, are there any difficulties or exciting experience when you guide hiking in Indonesia? And when we climb a mountain, there are many mystical experience in Nepal. Are there any events like that?
Uh, did you say mythical? I didn't get it. What was the last part?
Uh, Mystical. I mean, like paranormal things. Yeah, paranormal things.
What was that melody? Can you repeat it?
Oh, paranormal activity,
Yeah,
John.
paranormal. Yeah. Like I mean, like a ghost or something. Because in Indonesia, when you climb a mountain, there also always things like that happened. You
Oh,
know, because it's like yeah.
Um, I like the question. Um, in Nepal, I don't know, have you guys heard about Yeti? They call it,
Yes,
No.
sir. Ever heard that?
Aside from Plants vs. Zombie.
they call it snowman or Yeti. Is some sort of a very giant animal into the mountains, especially in high mountains. So people say they saw it. They're like a big as a house, big like a house. They look like some sort of monkey or human. So I don't know. Many people say they saw it. Some people say they didn't saw it. But otherwise, the ghost story, other things, we don't have much. But that animal is very famous. Some people say they saw it, and many people come to Nepal try to see that animal because it's still myth. Nobody have seen it. Nobody have captured. So it is actually the big deal. They call it Yeti, snowman into the high mountains.
Okay, well, thank you so much for the answer.
Okay, sir, thank you so much for the very insightful presentations of Nepal. And we're finally come to the Q&A session, question and answers. So for everyone who want to ask to Sir John or Sir Henry, please directly unmute your microphone and raise your hand. Also open the camera.
Or if you have the trouble to open the mic, you can directly write the question to the chat box.
Hello, sir. I have question for Mr. Henry. Yes. Wait. English conversation with which country do you find easy to listen to or enjoyable and why? Thank you.
Sir Henry.
Oh, that was for me. Okay.
Yes.
For me, the most enjoyable and very understandable is probably with Americans because I grew up watching American TV shows like Friends, The Office, How I Met Your Mother, and I listen to many English American songs, so I would probably say Americans the most easiest to listen. Not the UK. UK is very difficult. Yeah. Probably say American is the easiest.
Okay, thank you, Celine. Is that answering your question?
Well, why do I say American? Because American has a very soft accent, right? Because if you compare it to the UK, it's a very strong accent because like, can I have a bottle of water? Like that. But American is like, can I have a bottle of water? So it's very easy for me, personally.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry for asking too much, but I want to ask for our board of speaker. So for Sir Henry and Sir John, so you experienced travel to many countries, and what is your recommendation for us if we want to travel beside on the scenery or the food or something else, but unless you said Sir Henry said that America is the most like easy for us to practice English, but beside America, what do you think that it's like easy for us and America beside America for us to travel and to learn our English there? In your experience, Sir John and Sir Henry, can you please?
Am I answering first, then John? Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said before, probably Singapore because Indonesia are very near Singapore. It has great scenery, great buildings. A little bit expensive though, so you might want to save some money if you want to travel to Singapore. But one other country I would probably suggest you to go is India. I know it's funny. Also India. I've been to India and it is a very beautiful country. Like John said, every place you've been is like a different country. And the food is great. People are nice. If you go to certain area, you will see a lot of differences, but I think from a lot of differences we can learn a lot also. So I would probably say those two countries for the beginners. to travel. And India is very cheap.
Okay, thank you, Sir Henry. How about Sir John?
Um, sure, yes, if you want to learn English at the same time, you want to enjoy your travel with the nature, culture, or different thing, I can think of maybe Australia, Nepal, India, maybe also Singapore. For sure, Nepal, India, very cheap, and you can see a lot of nature, especially Nepal. And Nepal, actually, wherever you're traveling, almost 50% of people will speak English. Do you see? I told you before, because a lot of tourism people coming, and they interact with them. That's how they learn, and they're uneducated, but they speak English. Many people live in the street in the cities, and they speak English. So basically, they interact with the foreigners. That's how they learn. Simply, that's simple. Maybe you're very educated, but they sometimes they can speak much better English than us. So yeah, when you come to Nepal, many people speak good English. You can enjoy, very cheap. Australia is amazing. If you love animals, ocean, also you like nature, for sure. I have never been to New Zealand, but New Zealand also amazing country.
Thank you, Sir John, for answering. Okay, maybe I will ask question for Mr. Henry. Sir, because we are Indonesians and you said that you travel a lot to other countries, as an Indonesian, we do learn about politeness and others because we also Asians. Like I have an example, like I have an experience that I met Western people and then I gave her a thing, a book, and then I'm using my left hand. I was using my left hand. So I was like, I'm sorry, I'm using my left hand. And she was like, wow, like, why you say sorry like that? Is there any experiences like that during your volunteerization? Volunteering, sorry, volunteering and others?
Oh yeah, honestly, yeah, many. But it depends for me. If I am in Indonesia and they ask me why do you apologize, and I will gladly talk to them about my culture, the Indonesian culture, that this is polite, this is not polite, it is unpolite to face your feet to the older people, stuff like that. But when I go to different country, what I did was I talked to the local and ask, hey, what can I do and cannot do here? That's the way I figure things out usually in the overseas, because I don't want to go to people's country and uh left the bad example, and yeah. But if it happens in Indonesia, I will probably explain to the bule why I did this.
Okay, sir, it's clear enough. And any other questions from the
I have a
participants?
question for two of our speaker. Okay, so my question is because Sir Henry and Sir John travel many countries and share many experience. I want to ask about how can you adapt with the culture right there? Are you just like by seeing what they do, or you interact with people out there, and how long it takes for you to be normal with that? Because like sometimes you jump in the new country, you do something and you forgot that, oh, this is not polite and I shouldn't do this. So how long it takes for you? Thank you.
I can go first. When you talk about the culture, learning language is different thing. Learning culture is completely different thing. You can speak amazing English and you go there and people will not like you if you don't know the culture, or you might get culture shocked and you might feel not comfortable. So I believe learning English, you can learn in home and you can be perfect English speaking person per culture, unless you don't walk with them, don't eat with them, don't hang out around them, wherever, everything. If you don't do this, almost impossible to learn that culture. For example, our two sisters here hosting Indonesian sister. For example, when they're talking, when they're doing different things, for example, she nears her back, sometimes she will just blink the eye, or she will know that means she's asking the back. So they have a lot of different things, slangs or words, or do different things. The older boys will understand differently, young will understand differently. So it always, until we really don't experience or don't live with them, don't talk with them, don't stay with it, don't travel with them, almost impossible to understand the really basic culture. So always when I go to Indonesia or other countries, it is always hard for me, at least for some time, even try to get with the food, with taste, or how they behave into the table, how they do meetings, how they talk. It takes time. So first of all, I just have to relax and try to learn from them. So it takes time. And without experience, for example, you cannot say I want to learn Indonesian culture by Google. For my understanding only, it's almost impossible unless you really interact with them. It doesn't mean only from Zoom. You need to be with them in present, so you really learn culture.
Thank you, sir.
Sir Henry, please.
Yes, well, I am very agree with John, because when I met with my American friends, it's and European friends, so frustrating for me, because Indonesia, we are a very socialized group of people, right? But the European, they are very, how do I say it? Individualist. Yes, and sometimes it frustrates me because I want to go here with someone, I don't want to go there alone. But the European, no, I would love to go there by myself, and I learned for many years. It took me many years for me to have the courage to set boundaries to people, because I realize when I say no to the things that I don't want to do, it's better for my mental health. Sometimes I say yes even though my heart says no, and it's making me stress. Learn many years to set the boundaries, but now I feel good about myself. I can say no, I can say yes, and have to say what's on your mind. Sometimes we think that is this question gonna hurt their feelings? But with question, I think we will have a learning advantage, because if we don't ask the question, how do we know? And also, like John said, eat with them, live with them, know what is their habit, what they like, what they don't like.
And I want to add a small thing. Every time you travel with the different people, different country people, the biggest misunderstanding is always the culture, not the language. Oh, we misunderstood because of the culture. That's how we do it. That's always a disagreement end of the day. So it's very important to try to understand the culture. There's a lot of story I can share, why it's occurred in our culture, that culture happened incident, but it always at the end of the day, oh, I misunderstood what you mean. Not because I did not understand your word, but that's how we do it. That's how we think in my country. So culture is actually a very amazing thing to learn.
Thank you, Sir Henry and Sir John. That's very clear.
Okay, everyone. we think we done for today. But please, everyone, don't leave the room first because we have to take the documentation. Also, we will spread the attendance list to you guys get the certificate. So please make sure that you join this Zoom until the end.
Okay, Kaliza, I think our event is finally come to the end. But before we close our event, let's pray first. And it will be led by Julia Maritz. For Julia Maritz, time is yours.
Okay, everyone, before we end our event today, let us pray together. I will lead in Catholic. Let us pray. In the name of the Father and in the Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, God, for the love and for especially for the blessing for our in all our event today. So everything we did well. Then we are going to do our next activity. Please lead us always. Thank you, Jesus. In the name of the Father and the Son and in the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Julio. Okay, let's take documentation first. Everyone, please open your camera so that we can see your face and we will take the documentation. One, two, three. Okay, is everyone ready? Please open the camera. Okay. How about the others? Roma, Mirna, Intan, Mona, Edelweiss. Okay, I think we just take a picture. Okay, I will count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, another picture, please. 1, 2, 3. Once again. Okay, how about using Uki style, Uki unggul 1, like this? Yes. Okay, I will count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much for the honorable speakers, the lecturers, all the committee who have helped run this event, also for all the participants who joined this event until the end. And please fill in the registration so that we can give the certificate to you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. John, Mr.
and Professor John and
Henry.
Sir
God bless
Henry.
you.
See you on the next
See you in the next
Bye.
event. Bye.
Thank you, Sir John. Thank you, Sir Henry. We'll see you in the next
God
event.
bless you.
God bless you.
안녕.